Hello, once again, this is Alatino Brown with Higher Connections Network and Cyberspace Media TV to bring you the Ascent Expo from the wonderful downtown Los Angeles Convention Center. Oh boy, everything is fantastic this wonderful day. This is a particular words to listen to out there. All my nonprofit organizations, I want to introduce two wonderful people, and yes, they're married and they work together in harmony, or as they say, feng shui be with you, okay? And they are Michael and Pamela. I'm going to hand the phone to Michael right now. He's going to tell you everything about it, and he'll hand it over to his lovely wife, Pamela. For all you ladies out there, listen carefully. She's making good sense. Without further ado, Michael, what's your story?
Thanks, sir. So Michael White Ryan's my name. I'm Australian. I work here we live in Las Vegas, and we help people understand that design of the building can actually change the way that people function. I have an interesting story. Some time ago I went to one of the heads of Orange County and asked them to see whether or not they would do some type of survey on people who lived in the housing 1 year, 2 or 3 years later. I'm a great believer if we design a house in a different way, we can eliminate poverty, violence within the home. When you do that, you actually change the way that a community functions. It seems to be a little outside of our thinking, but if you think about it, if we can make a change that resonates with people and they can feel much better about themselves, we can actually change communities to function in a way where we can just eliminate the violence that we see regularly. It's a powerful statement, but I know it can be true.
So when using feng shui actually changes how you think, how you feel, your behaviors. And many times now we see people exhibiting behaviors that we would prefer that would be changed so that people are really more in touch with who they are. Your environment plays a big role on how that is happening in your life. It is alive, just like you are. It's breathing. So how it's performing relates to how you're performing also.
Thank you very much. Now, I have a couple questions. If I'm facing north, is that a good position?
It depends. But this year in particular, north is a very vibrant energy. So if that's a part of your house that you can spend time in, all the better.
And Michael, your opinion on the north?
Well, as Pamela said, north this year is extremely powerful for anybody who wishes to increase their finance, especially if the door is facing north. So that energy can actually enter, because your doorway is actually a portal. It is somewhere that every time you move through it, you activate that energy. You're an energy, the house is an energy. We already know that nothing can survive on its own. You need to have a combination. Together, the two energies together create a third, and it's the third one that makes the difference.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now, we all know that we have to go north, which would be on any compass straight up. So if you're starting at the bottom and you have an organization that needs a plan, right? Now, and you're especially a nonprofit, tell us about the grants that are available and the writings you do that faces north.
Interesting enough, it's very hard to put that into a grant. All grants we go into is always written by Sharita Herring here in LA, a most fabulous woman who helped so many people over the years. The way that we go about helping a non-profit is we like to see who's in charge, who's the top management, to see how they're functioning together in case they're actually going in different directions, even though they may be moving forward. We also want to see whether or not they want to remain a non-profit or whether they want to become self-sustaining. And we can tell that just by doing what we call a performance code or a profile of the individuals who make the decisions. By understanding how that top management or how those individuals function gives us into clue what has happened in the past, and now we can let's say, set the direction on a new pathway so that they can move forward. If there is a single person who's in charge overall, what we do is we make sure that they are positioned in the right office space in order to remain in charge so that everything can function. Otherwise, you've got chaos in a business because the chaos is basically happening from the differences between those people making the decisions. And sometimes that's very hard to perceive.
So we deal a lot with entrepreneurs because we have a softness in our heart for helping those people really stepping out. And what we advise them all the time is the more that they know who they are, the more chance that they're going to be successful. So it all starts with you as the person to understand, can I be the CEO of a company? Am I the idea person, or do I need to bring in an organizer? Because this is essential to understand your strengths and the kind of people that you need to surround yourself and bring into your business so that you can really have a solid team to make the right decisions.
Thank you very, very much. And teamwork is essential. I wouldn't be able to put on this production to bring these type of people together without my friends at the Higher Connections Network, because they have so many inroads to helping people. It's amazing. And I joined their team and partnered with them to be a part of the ever-growing need to support other nonprofits such as yourself, and introducing on my network and integrating with their network to bring you a variety of sources to investigate, to question, to sit down and have an appointment if you're really serious about making it and you're really ready to make a commitment to yourself. But first of all, know that this is what you want in your heart, and this is what God wants you to do, is to find yourself. Use that talent He gave you of individuality to go out and be all you can be. And these connections were brought to you to help you find someone that is right for you, to help keep you moving in the right path. Pamela?
Thank you today for listening to what we have to say, and bear in mind, if you're not satisfied with the results that are happening in your life, it just may be that your environment is not serving you in all the ways that it can.
One more thing about talking about North. It's interesting, isn't it? North is a representation of that which is in continuous motion. If I'm part of an organization and I believe that my knowledge, I need to do this, that knowledge now has become a dead-end street. If I want that business to grow and that organization, that non-profit to increase, we have to now take on new learning. The best way to do this is to do this now in the beginning of a year, because now we're at the beginning of something brand new. When we start at the same time that something is growing, we actually catch that wave, and it enhances our opportunity and chance of becoming the success that we are striving for, reaching the goals that we're going for, and even going beyond that, because we are open enough in order to understand that every thought becomes a roadblock unless I open up. Thank you to Higher Connections.
Thank you once again, Michael, Pamela. It's been a pleasure. What in walking around this huge convention complex, seeing all the products, seeing the people's faces, embracing the aura that is the Ascent, by the way, facing north, Ascent Expo. How does it make you feel to be here and to be a part of this?
Well, we've been thoroughly enjoying our time here. There are so many amazing things that people are involved with. It's like things that we thought were fringe are really becoming mainstream now. They're really they're coming into their own, where people are respecting different perspectives on how we can function as business and in community with each other. So it's been a very rewarding experience here.
Okay. For me, the observation has really been about how people are empowering one another and empowering themselves in order to be part of the change that they wish to see happen. Not because it's mainstream now, but because they've realised it's a personal thing. They've made it part of their identity. And what Henning has put together here is brought a whole range of different organisations, different groups of people, different types of community together, because consciousness doesn't grow in the spiritual world. It grows in everybody. It's not about whether I'm black or white or Latino. It's not about whether I'm in religion or not. It's not about whether I'm a mechanic or a motivational speaker. Every one of us is now grasping how empowerment can advance each and every one of us into some sort of cohesive community where we can actually empower each other, even though we're outside of our normal community. And that's what we're really visioning and seeing right here today, over the weekend.
Thank you once again, Michael. So get off your duff, pack your stuff, and come on out here and see us. Come on down. We're having fun. We're learning most of all. And the most important fun about learning, you're meeting other people, which only increases your fun value as well as your funds value. So come on down. Check us out. We're here live at the LA Convention Center, right here in beautiful downtown LA at the Ascent Expo, brought to you and produced partially in conjunction with Cyberspace Media TV and the Higher Connections Network. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love you. Come on down. Bye.
Thank you.